When Xiao Yan heard this, his blazing eyes suddenly glanced at Xiao Long, and he immediately nodded heavily. He was really eager to refine the Imperial Pill. What does it feel like to refine the Imperial Pill? Haha, boy. Courage is commendable, but refining Dipin Pill is not as simple as you think. Seeing Xiao Yan's firm look, Xiao Long raised his head and laughed, flicked his fingers, and shot Xiao Yan with a single shot. Xiao Yan took the formula, and the three ancient characters of Wang Guden were printed on the somewhat yellowed formula. The medicinal materials are in Shermin. Let's go. Xiao Long raised his head and said to Xiao Yan. Xiao Long was extremely curious about Xiao Yan's medicine refining technique. Before, Xiao Long had secretly observed Xiao Yan for a long time. He knew that Xiao Yan possessed the Chaos Saint Yan, and he also found that Xiao Yan's Imperial Soul power was a bit stronger than that of the average Imperial Soul alchemist, and Xiao Yan's attainments in vindictiveness and strength were exactly the same. He was able to break the record that the Xiao family had not broken for tens of thousands of years. Such a genius is completely rare in the Imperial state, and Xiao Long naturally wants to know what Xiao Yan's talent in medicine refining is. Thank you, ancestors. Xiao Yan couldn't wait to enter Shermin with the prescription, and Shermin slowly closed. Xiao Long and Xiao Li, who were outside Shermin, looked at the slowly closed Shermin with expressions of satisfaction on their faces. Xiao Li turned his head to look at Xiao Long and said, Xiao Long, do you think this kid, a 9-pin apothecary, can refine the Emperor's eternal pill? You have never let anyone enter your Shermin to refine medicine. Do you think he's also a genius in refining medicine? Regarding Xiao Yan's status as a pharmacist, Xiao Long had already reported to Xiao Li. Xiao Long smiled when he heard the words. After observing for so long, he estimated that the ordinary imperial product eternal pill given to Xiao Yan, who has the soul power of the imperial realm and the holy flame of chaos in his body, wants to refine it. Although it is very difficult, it is not absolutely impossible. Watch it. I hope this kid won't let us down. Xiao Long said with a slightly mysterious voice. It's just that he didn't tell Xiao Lishaman that there are not many medicinal materials for refining eternal pill in the room. Whether it can be refined depends on Xiao Yan's talent. This can be regarded as Xiao Long's test of Xiao Yan's medicine refining technique. Inside Shermin, the space is larger than imagined. There are thousands of medicinal materials in it. Each medicinal material seems to be spiritual, and its surface is shining with a strange light. In the middle of Shermin, there is a huge medicine tripod. Xiao Yan was very eager and curious about refining the Imperial Pill. He watched the prescription carefully and then counted the medicinal materials around him one by one. There were only 3 pairs of medicinal materials for refining the Eternal Pill, which meant that he only had 3 chances. Taking a deep breath and nodding, Xiao Yan slowly calmed down and sat in front of the medicine tripod. Xiao Yan slowly exhaled a sigh of relief, calmed his excited mind as quickly as possible, and slowly put his slender hands on the fire mouth of the medicine tripod. In the subtle sound, a ray of light yellow flame sprang from Xiao Yan's fingertips, and immediately with a flick of his fingertips, the flame turned into a stream of light and rushed into the medicine tripod like lightning. A pale yellow trace of Chaos Shengyan had just entered the medicine tripod, and his tiny body suddenly expanded. In just a moment, the tiny flame turned into a raging fire, burning frantically in the medicine tripod, and as the yellowish color rose, the red medicine tripod on the surface became more mysterious and dazzling, and it looked like a group of enchanting and dancing fireworks. The medicine tripod on this duty continent is really not an ordinary thing, and the medicine tripod he obtained on the vindictive continent cannot be compared with it at all. Looking at the red medicine tripod that still exuded on the surface, Xiao Yan's eyes flashed with satisfaction. After the temperature in the medicine tripod reached a constant temperature, Xiao Yan's palm moved, and a medicinal material exuding a little ancient aura was inhaled into his hand. Although the appearance of this medicinal material is not very good-looking, the rich medicinal fragrance emanating from his body, and the vicissitudes of life, as if he had experienced the vicissitudes of the sea and the fields, but people can tell at a glance this is not an ordinary thing. According to the introduction of the prescription, this thing is called Gulingji, is in the deep mountains. After countless years, it is condensed from extremely pure energy. If the cultivator refines and absorbs it, it will make the vindictive spirit even stronger. Tyrannical, even in the duty continent, it is very rare, and it is a very important medicinal material in the eternal pill. Holding the ancient spirit branch with 2 fingers, a sense of vicissitudes of life quickly penetrated with the fingertips, and the surrounding air seemed to be filled with ancient breath. With a single throw, Gulingji was thrown into the medicine tripod with great accuracy, and the yellowish flame surged violently, swallowing it directly like a hideous mouthful. Facing the burning of the flames, the ancient spirit branch did not sit still, but continued to emit a stream of ancient mist resisting, trying to stop the erosion of the high temperature. The mist and the light yellow flame eroded each other. In the sound of scoffing, there was even a faint white mist at the junction. Relying on the extremely strong energy that has been condensed for countless years, this ancient Lingji was able to hold a short stalemate with chaos Xiao Yan. Sure enough, it is a very rare medicinal material on the duty continent. Seeing this scene in the medicine tripod, Xiao Yan was amazed in his mouth and immediately moved his mind, only to see that the temperature in the medicine tripod suddenly rose. Under the burning of the chaos Saint Yin, whose temperature was getting higher and higher, the ancient spirit branch finally couldn't resist it. And the things on the surface that were transformed by its own energy, like physical objects, began to show signs of melting. Seeing this scene, Xiao Yan also breathed a sigh of relief, thanks to the fact that he used Tianhua. If it were changed to the previous alien fire, I am afraid it would take at least a day or 2 to refine this ancient spirit branch. In that case, not only would it consume a lot of time, but it would also consume a lot of vindictive energy. It is also extremely expensive. Tianhua, for the alchemists in the duty continent, is indeed no less than a weapon of magic. Refining and refining lasted for about an hour, and the sturdy ancient spirit branch finally completely turned into a cloud of pale yellow liquid. In the flow of the liquid, it exudes extremely rich, pure energy. The first time it was refined successfully, Xiao Yan's own strong fire control ability was naturally indispensable. After the refining of the ancient Lingji was completed, it took Xiao Yan another half an hour to complete the refining of it, and then he didn't rest. With a movement in his palm, he once again put another medicinal material that was also stubborn into the medicine tripod. Time passed slowly in the closed stone chamber, but the various medicinal materials placed in front of Xiao Yan gradually decreased, and a rich medicinal fragrance mixed with each other hovered in the stone chamber, like clouds and mist. The medicinal materials were gradually refined, and in the process of refining, Xiao Yan himself didn't know how many medicinal materials had been destroyed, and he was very sorry in his heart. Xiao Yan's face began to become solemn, and he knew that when he got to the back, it was really tricky. Even among the Imperial Pill, Eternal Pill is considered to be among the best. This pill may not have a direct effect on the duty who has been promoted for a long time, but it has an extremely powerful effect on a duty who has just entered a new level. It can reduce the unstable aura when it is just promoted a lot and stabilize it. This effect is very tempting for most duty. Of course, if you want to refine this eternal pill, you need a wide range of materials, and there are many rare things. If Xiao Long hadn't prepared it, he wouldn't know what he would get in the year of the monkey, and he might not be able to gather these materials. With the passage of time, Xiao Yan finally succeeded in extracting all the essence of the medicinal materials needed by Eternal Pill. This refining made Xiao Yan feel a little tired. As soon as many medicinal liquids came into contact, a violent energy fluctuation broke out, and immediately in a low sound, the pure medicinal liquids that had just been refined were actually shaken and dissipated from most of them. Feeling the changes in the medicine tripod, Xiao Yan frowned slightly, and then sighed softly. Sure enough, it's like this every time. It's really difficult the first time. Sitting in front of the medicine tripod, Xiao Yan pondered for a moment, and kept replaying in his mind some of the visions produced by the fusion of the medicinal materials. After a long time, he concentrated again, cleaned up the medicine tripod, and started again. Refining pill medicine is a tedious and boring task. After Xiao Yan failed for the first time, it took nearly 10 days before he refined the second medicinal material again. This time, it was because of Xiao Yan's careful control that there were no more problems during the fusion. The pill was about to take shape. Xiao Yan was very nervous, carefully controlling the chaos Saint Yin for fear of something wrong. But the more he was afraid of something, the more he came at the last minute. There was finally a little deviation, so he fell short, and a furnace of precious medicinal materials was scrapped again. Looking at the scrapped medicinal materials, Xiao Yan's heart was dripping with blood. These medicinal materials were not obtained just by getting them. Damn it, I still underestimated the difficulty of this Dipin pill. Holding back the bleeding heart, Xiao Yan calmly summed up the lessons of the failure just now. Just now, I was only one step away from success. The ultimate failure was because I was too eager to succeed and lost my usual mind, which caused my movements to be slightly out of shape. It seems that mentality is very important. Realizing this, Xiao Yan gradually calmed down, took a few even breaths, and took out the last pair of medicinal materials again. This is his last chance. If he fails again, this first refining of Dipin pill can only be declared a failure. His gaze was fixed on the medicinal materials. After a while, Xiao Yan finally gritted his teeth fiercely, and his handprint moved. In the medicine tripod, the yellowish chaos, Sheng Yin, rose again. The flames soared, and the yellowish firelight shone on Xiao Yan's unusually solemn face, which was extremely cold. The precious medicinal materials, as Xiao Yan's hands rose and fell, continued to fall into the medicine tripod and were immediately swallowed by the flames. Time, while the flames were churning, passed quietly like sand at the fingertips, and fine beads of sweat began to appear faintly on Xiao Yan's forehead. The uninterrupted refining for nearly a month made him feel very tired and strenuous. If it weren't for the power of his soul in the imperial realm and the support of the midterm strength of the one-star duty, I am afraid it would not be able to support it.